So I have my ukulele here. It was kind of a cheaper model and it didn't come with a button, so I'm going to install this guy right here. It's a basic one that came with a kit that I bought. And one of my very experienced musician friends was deathly afraid of doing anything like this because of, the thin plywoods and everything. One of the things you're going to want to check is look down inside through the hole here, and you might need a dental mirror or something to make sure that there's some wood here. And in this case there is. There's a big block of wood here. So I'm going to show you how I would do it. I do a lot of woodworking, so installing a single screw in a nice piece of wood is not really new to me. I noticed a lot of musicians seem to be fairly apprehensive about this, so I'll show you a couple things that would help out. Equipment list: you're going to need a drill. I'm going to drill here and a screw. I'm going to have you mask off and mark the area, so some painter's tape or just regular masking tape, little ruler and a pencil. Once you've marked the area, we're going to use a little awl to kind of help give you an indent to keep the screw drill started so it doesn't walk on you. If you don't have one of these, a small nail could totally do it. And then after we get done drilling, last but not least, I'm going to use a little wax. I have screw wax, but I'll show you with just some paraffin from an old candle to wax the screw a little bit so that it goes in nicely. And you need a screwdriver. I don't have that here. Alright, so what I've got here is the tape's been put on, and I've struck a center line, and I, with just kind of eyeballing it, center down the ukulele, and I measured the center, and with my awl, or a nail again if you don't have an awl, just pushed a little hole in there. And what this is going to be useful for is when you're coming in with your big drill and you want to put this on there, this little teeny screw, if you're not careful on the surface, could walk around a little bit and scratch. So now that you've got a hole there, it kind of has a place to bite into, so that when you start, you're going to be where you want. It's more important for big holes sometimes, but it's pretty useful for everything. So then we're going to drill the pilot hole. Alright, an important note about the pilot hole is you want to get a screw, you want to get a drill bit that's smaller than the shaft of your screw, or about the same size. This can be difficult to do if you don't have a huge drill index. One of the things you can do, and I don't know if it's easy to see or not, but if you kind of line the shaft of the drill bit up to the shaft of the screw, you should see maybe a little bit of shaft of the screw sticking out, and definitely some threads. On this operation, I'd say err on the underside, because it will push the wood out. Wood's malleable a little bit. And having even a small screw is better than having nothing. Go ahead and do that, and I'll drill this out. Alright, with your drill bit selected, I'm going to try and keep this as level and as even as possible. Again, I've got a center punch, that center hole there started, so that my drill bit's not going to wander. You're going to want to take this nice and slow. There's no reason to go into rock and roll mode just yet. And your bit gets loaded, pull it back out, you can clear the stuff, send it in again. See why the tape helps. If you do this a little bit, you won't scratch anything up. Alright, come on, get in there. There you go. Alright, and we're all the way through. So now clean up. Okay, so grab the screwdriver here, and we'll go ahead and tear off the tape. Now, if you look, that actually made a pretty nice hole. The tape helps keep things from splintering out or anything like that. So now you got this guy. It's the screw goes inside the button, and then you got this plastic washer here, again, to kind of help everything cinch down. This plastic washers, or felt if you've got that, is important because when you tighten this up, this will help keep everything from wanting to back out. So now here's one of the things that is a common woodworker trick, but probably not many musicians know. If you use wax, I have some special beeswax, but paraffin will work too. And you just kind of get a little bit on the threads, and don't load them up. Just a little teeny bit will do it. And what this is going to do is this helps relieve the pressure, helps the threads go in nicely, and makes things a lot easier so that you're not as likely to split the wood or do anything. This is the part where you might want a friend to help hold things down. Now another thing, go nice and slow. I would really recommend using a hand screwdriver for this. Do not use a drill. Drills are great for big construction work, but when you're doing delicate things like this, it really pays to use a hand screw. You can see how we're getting some tension in there. That's okay. So nice and slow, and kind of snug it up. Now you want, it's a little loose. So I probably could have gone with a little bit more wax or a slightly larger screw. So let's see, there we go. It's snug, looks pretty centered. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the strap on and see how it works. Alright, so just to review a few important things. Tape up the area so that you can mark on it with a pencil, make sure everything's fine, and it helps the drilling keep from causing any damage to the wood. Use an awl or a nail or some kind of sharp, pokey thing to start the hole so that when you're drilling, your drill doesn't walk around and it's unambiguous where you should go. Drill carefully, and then when you go to screw, put beeswax, paraffin, anything, just coat the threads a little bit, and use a hand screw driver, not a drill. Don't go power tools, and just go slow and careful. And as long as there's good wood on the inside to back it, you can put one of these buttons anywhere you want. First take, I promise.